Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So we got Rand Nooner here on Twitter. 2023 will be an amazing year for those who stuck around in crypto. I mean, 2023 is shaping up so far. It'll be looking fairly good. Stock Money Lizards here also pointing this out with regards to the Bitcoin chart. Following the Dow cycle, okay, Bitcoin is back above the ascending baseline and ready to move up further. Now, we have seen Bitcoin move in the last week or so. Here's his theory. Okay, so the Dow cycle up here, we got the accumulation phase, markup, the distribution, then the markdown, and another accumulation phase right over the baseline. You guys can see that is very, very similar to how we are seeing the Bitcoin accumulation happen right now. We had the panic accumulation zone, the markup. Of course, 2021, a very remarkable year for Bitcoin in particular. And then 2022, this is when we saw that markdown. And now the accumulation phase, we saw that throughout the summer, throughout the fall. The FTX thing created this panic period here. And now we are accumulating once again. So I got Bitcoin up here on the chart right now, trading at $21,200 per coin. And you can see, guys, we are getting up to this zone here that we saw right before the FTX collapse. So Bitcoin recovering, gaining all those losses back. So now we're back at pre-FTX prices. The rest of the market is looking all right too. We got XRP up here, guys, trading at 38.7, so just under 39 cents per coin. Last few days have been a bit up and down, not too much price movement, although we have seen a lot of volatility. We have seen a lot of volume here. XRP traders getting pretty excited, I think, for what is to come next. Many of us have also been delegating our Flare, and I mean, I've noticed this. I was looking in the Bifrost app, so I personally use Bifrost, and there are different apps to do this, but in the Bifrost app, I was noticing that we were not getting, or at least I was not getting, my rewards right away. Has anyone obtained rewards from Flare networks on Bifrost wallet after delegating WFLR to FTSOs? I know we are on the second epoch this week, but I haven't seen anything on my end, and I'm wondering if I did it properly. Now, this was coming from Santiago Velez just yesterday, and he posts, I guess, the menu that he was looking under. So wrapped, Flare, delegate, earnings, and unclaimed rewards was showing 0. And that was the case for me over the last two epochs as well. However, when I did check out my Bifrost wallet just last night, I did notice that there are now earnings in your Bifrost wallet. So this user here has received 1.43 WFLR in rewards. That was from Analyst404 here on Twitter. Alex also mentioning I can now see the earnings for the first epoch, however, not claimable yet because the epoch is not finished. And I noticed these epochs, I'm sure you guys have noticed as well, are a lot shorter than the epochs for the SGB, if you guys are also delegating SGB tokens. Those take about a week. The FLR, though, epochs are about 3 days, 2.5, 3 days, I think, something along those lines. So if you were, in fact, not seeing your FLR rewards being accumulated in your Bifrost wallet, you should be now able to see it. I noticed my SGB delegations were also not showing up, but those are now showing up as well. So it could have actually been a Bifrost integration issue. I know they recently did just upgrade their wallet, so that could have also been it. Anyway, wanted to thank Santiago Velez just for pointing that out. And also, guys, we've got Fred Rispoli here. We are suing Coinbase to get everyone their SGB and FLR back. Check pinned tweet for sign up info and follow HODL Law for updates. So if you guys did custody on Coinbase, still waiting for your FLR, and for that matter, your SGB, you can follow Fred Rispoli. You can follow HODL Law here on Twitter. Here is the document here. He just posted it in a Dropbox, so they have officially filed, guys, outlining that Coinbase, an American company that creates and operates a website from which customers can buy and sell digital assets or digital currency units, or rather DCUs, which also are commonly referred to as cryptocurrencies. During this period between February the 28th, 2019 and December 12th, 2020, the class period, Coinbase has used its platform to buy and sell digital assets to its customers and specifically listed XRP. So in the context of the airdrops, they did say that they were going to airdrop FLR tokens to XRP holders, and they still have not provided those FLR tokens to the XRP holders. So Fred Rispoli's taken it upon himself, setting up this class action lawsuit. And if you guys were custodying on Coinbase, you can follow him again, HODL Law here, if you want to be part of that. Going to keep moving along, guys, because Davos, yes, Davos just started yesterday. I'm skeptical of anything that can be explained in a sentence. What exactly do they do and why? This coming from Scott Adams here on Twitter. The opening ceremony with none other than evil leader Klaus Schwab here describing what 2023 will bring.
Evening, and a very cordial welcome to the annual meeting 2023. I express this cordial welcome on behalf of the Board of Trustees and my colleague, Bearableguy123’s, is the President, and all the members of the Management Board, as well as all the people who are here to make your stay here enjoyable and productive. We couldn't meet at a more challenging time. We are confronted with so many crises simultaneously. What does it need to master the future? I think to have a platform where all stakeholders of global society are engaged. Governments, business, civil society, the young generation, and I could go on, I think is a first step to meet all the challenges.
And as Scott Adams points out here, I am skeptical of anything that can't be explained in a sentence. It just sounds like he's running on and on and on. Elon Musk actually even responded to this. Master the future doesn't sound ominous at all. How is the WEF or Davos even a thing? Are they trying to be the boss of the earth? So, Davos used to be this thing that kind of hid away in a corner. And I feel like, over the years, especially since the beer flu, it has become more mainstream. People questioning this. And apparently Bill Gates was supposed to make an appearance. Now, I should actually say that there were rumors circulating that Klaus Schwab was actually sick and that he was not going to make an appearance on the first day. But sure enough, there he is with his keynote address. But Bill Gates also apparently pulled out of the WEF 23 meeting in Davos. This following some other news that George Soros suddenly pulled out of Davos. And this was raising some questions. So George Soros' absence from the World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland has prompted questions and fresh conspiracy theories about this event. The billionaire financier tweeted on January the 10th that his absence was due to an unavoidable scheduling conflict. Now, you would think that his schedule would have been hammered out by now and that he would have probably known about the scheduling conflict before January the 10th, yet he did tweet this out last week. Now it's looking as though Bill Gates is not going to be attending either, so that raises some questions to me. I don't know if you guys caught the video I did last week when flights were grounded in the United States due to a quote-unquote technical glitch. Then the very next day, flights were grounded in Canada as well for apparently the same reason. I have a feeling that these guys probably got some intel, and I shared this opinion in the video I did last week about this, that they probably got some intel that some bad actors were likely planning to do something at Davos. And my thought, I know maybe it's a bit out there, but my thought is that they had something to do with these flights being grounded from the United States and Canada, respectively. Things that certainly make you go, George Soros not attending, Bill Gates also not attending. You know who is attending, though? Brad Garlinghouse. He's representing Ripple at the World Economic Forum 2023 Summit in Davos. And Wrath Economan over here just posted a little blurb from their scheduling sheet. Sending money globally using the power of blockchain technology, Ripple is doing for value what the internet did for information, enabling its instant and seamless flow around the world. Ripple calls this the Internet of Value using blockchain and crypto technology. The company is dedicated to creating powerful gains in financial efficiency, equity, and inclusion. In addition, Ripple is developing and enabling the future use cases that will catalyze the new digital economy for governments, businesses, and consumers. So that's a little blurb, obviously outlining Ripple, what they do. Brad Garlinghouse is going to be a speaker at Davos under the Technology Pioneers and Unicorns subcategory, I guess there. Whoops, just clicked on that. So I guess I'll leave this in the description if you guys are more interested. The link is also here from the Wrath of Kahneman's tweet. As I was saying, people are catching on to what these guys are looking to do. Now, for us XRP holders, it's great because XRP, the XRPL, it's central to this new financial system and the Great Reset. However, and I've always said this, it's a bit of a double-edged sword for us XRP holders because on the one hand, we hold the cryptocurrency that is going to be part of a new financial system that, the people over there at Davos are really favoring over other different types of cryptocurrencies. And I mean, the crypto story is so complex. And so, they obviously don't like the Bitcoins of the world, but, the XRPs and the XLMs and the Cardanos, those cryptos are ones that will pass. But I mean, the majority of people are not going to benefit from this because, well, for one, they don't hold XRP. I mean, we're such a minority in the grander scheme of things. But also they're catching on to some of their agenda talking points, guys. I saw this clip. It's from Fox News, posted here on Twitter by IlluminatiBot. Listen to this.
Just get a white badge if you're married to someone important. Or if you're just a part of someone's entourage, you get an ugly green badge. You're not good enough. They keep the elites together. And they have their own little police state to make sure these people are focused on ruling the world. If you're not from CNN or the New York Times and you show up uninvited, they'll probably arrest you. And it's all headed up by a guy named Klaus Schwab, who's pretty much running a one-world government here. He kicked off the week by saying the future is theirs, not yours.
The future is not just happening. The future is built by us. By a powerful community as you here in this room. We have the means to improve the states of the world.
And the way they start is by tracking you. If you go deep in the weeds in what these people are saying at this place, they're openly scheming up some of the craziest plans you'll ever hear of, like tracking your carbon footprint.
We're developing through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned.
You heard it. The one world government wants to keep tabs on what you eat and where you go. All because John Kerry's a little mad that your cheeseburger is wiping out part of the population.
People forget greenhouse gases are pollution. And 15 million people a year die because of the quality of the air around the world. We're dealing with a crisis here, folks. It's a crisis made by human beings.
Maybe they should take their own advice before jetting off across the world on those private jets, emitting all that carbon. But to them, they have more important things to focus on, like preventing the next pandemic, since it worked out so well last time.
If it comes 10 years from now, we should have far, far better diagnostic technology. That is, be able to scale up every country within a month to diagnose their entire population. We're a little distracted right now, so getting the debate going is happening slowly.
Yeah, a lot of people are distracted by inflation, food shortages, real problems. But the ruling class at Davos says, don't worry, it's all a part of the plan.
We need to accept that there will be some pain in the process. The pace that we need will open up for missteps. It will open up for shortages of energy. It will create inflationary pressures, and maybe we need to start talking about that pain is actually worth it.
If you have all the money in the world, the last thing you have to worry about is inflation. It's our problem, not theirs. They're busy ruling the world. And shady George Soros says if we don't make their ideas a reality, civilization is done for.
Fighting pandemics and climate change, avoiding nuclear war, maintaining global institutions have had to take a backseat to that struggle. That's why I say our civilization may not survive.
Believe it when I tell you, these people don't care about any of us. They're just a bunch of globalists hanging out and coming up with too many bad ideas.
So I got to say, that was actually a clip from last year's Davos, but I think the message hits home here. A nefarious organization with questionable motives, of course, the Great Reset being one of those things, and cryptocurrency being central to this. Again, we're lucky we're in the boat we're in. We're lucky we decided to choose the cryptocurrency that has real value, that is going to be part of the new financial system. Which brings me to this, guys, and a few people have been posting this on Twitter. King Valix here on Twitter. So it begins. A photo can say 1,000 words. Now, you know what that pick of the mountains was really for. This Davos meeting is after the G20 meeting where they said we need cryptocurrency regulations now to level the playing field. And I don't know if you guys remember back from 2019, the Bearableguy riddle, the mountains, the numbers here on the mountaintops, also numbering the words, so it begins, getting to 13 and then 14 here, the heart. Very cryptic message at that time that we were trying to decode. Well, take a look at this, guys. Davos clusters, take a look at those mountains. Doesn't that look very similar to what we are seeing here, at least the purple and the yellow one? So is this what Bearableguy has been meaning this whole time? The decision is ultimately going to be made by the people at Davos, the people in control, the people who yield the power. Now, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. We can see the image looks fairly similar, but guys, there's more here. Davos usually happens the second week of January, so in and around this time here. And Welchie Outdoors brought this up, an interesting little point here. So it begins in simple gematria equals 119, which could be a date, guys, January the 19th, which would be this coming Thursday. A few other things that I wanted to mention here. Obviously, these colors from the Bearableguy riddles have been consistent throughout the riddles that he has posted over the years. So this was posted, as I mentioned, in 2019 during Davos. I guess that would have been around the time of Davos in 2019. And take a look at the colors here. Davos clusters, same colors in their official logo. And you can see, as per the ship riddle, those same colors here in the Bearableguy riddle, and the castle riddle was the same thing. And we've also got the bells here from the latest Bearableguy riddle, the Merry Christmas riddle from Christmas Eve 2022, just a few weeks ago. So guys, is there something more to this? Michelle XRP 1776 posted this, all right? Davos, take a look at this, guys. In the summer, the three mountain peaks are very discernible here in the summer in Davos. And so those three mountain peaks, likely the same peaks that Bearableguy depicted in this original riddle here. Here's the Congress Center, just another photo there of Davos. So some interesting connections here, something definitely to be looking into, I think. Here's another one, guys, from Gina at Cryotolite here on Twitter, connecting the dots. So it begins Davos, January 16th to January 20th, Aquarius, January 20th. The pool timestamp, which I don't have any reference to. I could not find that particularly, but if you guys do know what she's talking about here, please do put it down in the comment section, or you guys can tag me on Twitter as well. So again, with Davos, the three mountain peaks, we're looking at these three same colors. So definitely a connection there. Also considering when this post was originally posted back in January of 2019. So definitely a Davos connection to this. But the one thing I wanted to also mention here, guys, which I found quite interesting, Gina also posted this. Mr. Poole adds coordinates to Dry Schwestern, the three sister mountains, to his profile. These directions from Dry Western to Davos is 2 hours and 22 minutes. Take a look at this, guys. If you plot it, I guess, on Google Maps, you see 2 hours and 22 minutes, which brings me to this. I believe this was a video from 2020. 22.2, guys. The video where Brad Garlinghouse had this lit up in the background of his video. So 22.2, the mountaintops, 2 hours and 22 minutes to navigate by car to all three mountains. Happy XRP was also bringing up this same riddle. And Seraphin here on Twitter also noticed something quite interesting with regards to this sign leading into Davos. The fact that the numbers also match up to the original Bearableguy riddle up here. As I mentioned earlier, you guys can see there are numbers in the mountaintops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then the mountain here is 14. And so this is also some kind of code that Bearableguy was hinting towards in 2019. We'll take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then clusters 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 letters, and 14. That is the final clue. In and amongst the mountains, the heart, that 14 denotes from the Bearableguy riddle. Things are certainly getting clearer now. There is certainly a Davos connection. Obviously, it does not hurt that Brad Garlinghouse is going to be in attendance this year, considering we know the World Economic Forum is very keen on XRP, but not only that, a handful of other cryptocurrencies that they highlighted in their June 2021 report. These are the cryptocurrencies, guys, that they see are really going to solve a problem in the modern era of finance and beyond. So is Klaus Schwab setting sail on a new financial journey? Similar to the cartoon bear that has been feeding us all these clues all this time, guys. We're getting closer and closer. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.